Yo guys, what's up? I'm Brian here doing a new video for you guys, and this time we are taking a look at Sunstreaker. Now this is a repaint to Breakdown and is made for the Autobot set that pretty much is a whole entire repaint of Menasor in a wave. Which I don't hate personally. I think there's some pretty cool characters. I think there's some pretty good ideas in the set. Even though they're just repaints, I think there's some pretty cool and really smart things going on. Now, with Sunstreaker, I actually think he might be better than Breakdown, because Breakdown just wasn't that fantastic to me. I mean, the robot mode just kind of looked a little too blocky by comparison with everyone else, and I don't know, he's got like short limbs and just this very long body, and I don't like the waist joint. I know that this guy continues that, but I don't know. The head doesn't really do anything for me on Breakdown. I mean, it looks fine. I have the toy, but I don't know. But for Sunstreaker, I think it really works. I think that in his alt mode, I can definitely see that they had the idea of Sunstreaker just looking at this mode. I mean, this totally looks like Sunstreaker. Now, to some people, it's just like this bright neon yellow car that's just a repaint of Breakdown, and it might look a little too obnoxious, but you know, Sunstreaker kind of had that paint scheme to begin with. I completely forgot to bring out my Universe Classics Sunstreaker, because I do have that. And while I do like that mold, I think that this is somewhat better in a way. Because the original Sunstreaker, while it was very good, and the engineering was fantastic, my problem with that is later on down the line, a lot of the joints get loose, and he's pretty complicated to transform. Like, he's kind of just not fun for me. Now, this guy is pretty simple, which is something to complain about, I guess, but at least it's not boring. Right? Well, it is, but at least it's not a drag, is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, he's got a couple of weapons. This sword piece can actually plug onto here, and it doesn't use the 5mm port to actually plug in, which is very good, even though it does have it here and here. Very cool little weapon. It's just a simple repaint. Compared to Breakdown's weapon, it's missing the black, but it's alright. Like, all their other weapons are pretty much silver or white, so it's fine. And then he's also got this giant piece on the top, which actually really does look good. I like that. It's just a giant engine block, but I don't know why. It really works out. I mean, look at his sleek look, and the air just, like, the air just goes to here and through to here, then out the back, and I don't know anything about wind directions and whatnot. Painted wheels. Fantastic. Not all the figures do have that, but I'm very happy that this one has it. And, I think the figure wouldn't look good if it didn't have the silver wheels. I mean, sometimes I'm just okay with it, and it's not that big of a deal, but I think that Sunstreaker really needed it. I mean, this guy really just flares up, and I love the red too. The silver spoiler, I mean, it's not the best, but at least it stands out, so I can give it that. And then a nice Autobot logo on the front, very cool. Anyways, I'm going to transform this into robot mode, and then later I'll transform it into the arm mode, and we'll do a combined video later on. Anyways, first what you want to do is, I like to split the legs. That kind of loosens everything up. And then I like to bring the back like that. And then I like to push this down and try to dig in right underneath here. It's really hard to do, and you gotta remember that there's that tab. So I guess this should have been done first. Sorry for that. But anyways, flip down that section. And what I like to do is bring this up just once, and then bring down the legs, separate them, and then they will click into place. Well, not really click, but they stay in place. Flip out the feet, and the heel, which is the spoiler, and push down on the waist so that they can spread out just a little bit. Bring down the arms, and just move them down just so that they're out of the way. And then take this entire back piece, flip it out, and I'm just going to have it straight for right now, like that. You're going to want to, at this point, bend it 90 degrees like that, so that this gap section right here that you can see, right through there, right where my finger is, you can see that, right at the joint, that can fit right over this tab, and then this will connect to these little holes, and then you got a couple of tabs right here, and then you bring up the arms, and that's what holds everything in place. Like, the chest will move, but nothing else. So you gotta remember that that is there. And then rotate the head. I don't normally rotate the head, but for this guy, I have to because it just won't fit otherwise. And here is Sunstreaker in his robot mode, and I gotta say, this actually does look good. I wasn't sure how I felt about it right away, but looking at it now, it actually really does work. I am so thrilled by how well this actually does work. Sunstreaker, I was not really that excited for. Same with Mirage. I was just not. I mean, there was already a Sunstreaker that was pretty good. I mean, I'm complaining about it, but it still is a pretty good figure nonetheless. But this guy, I mean, he just really pulls it off. I don't know if it's because he's just so simple that some of the parts just, like, they don't get in the way of anything, and I really don't know what it is. I mean, I don't like the aesthetics of Breakdown, but when it comes to Sunstreaker, it really does work. Maybe it has something to do with the head or the paint applications to it, but it really works. Now, he's not accurate. He's not 100% accurate, I will say that. But I do like what they're doing with this. I like the red paint applications on the shoulders. Now, if you excuse me for a sec, I will get the Universe Classics Sunstreaker. I'll just pull that right out from the back here. There we go. And here's a little comparison, and I think that as far as a really accurate, up-to-date Sunstreaker, I think that this really pulls it off. But I think that this is not a bad Sunstreaker whatsoever. I think that as far as kids are concerned, they're going to love this Sunstreaker more so than this. It's just, there's a lot going on with this that I think some kids are just not going to get into. And again, it's a drag to transform. And you gotta get things in a certain position. With this guy, all you really have to worry about is the head. And if you gotta rotate it or not. That's it. That's all you have to really remember. I mean, yes, the rest of the transformation, of course. But on this guy, it's like, well, okay, what way do I rotate the arms? Where did this door go? Do I do something with the hinge? No, with this guy, I have trouble remembering to flip the head around. Now, he's got a couple of weapons, as we talked about before. He's got the silver knife or gun, if you want. I like to use it as a knife, personally, but I will not judge anyone for using it as a gun. And then you also got the hand-fist weapon that can plug in like so. So, very nice. I really do like the look of this guy. I don't know what it is. He just really works. I like this. Now, to transform him into his arm mode, what you're going to do is flip everything back in to the back section. Oh yeah, and also the shoulders. I always forget about that too. The head and the shoulders. Head and shoulders. Knees and toes. Head and shoulders, dandruff, I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, flip that back and then rotate the arms like so. And what I like to do is just flatten that down just to get that out of the way. And then rotate the peg. Now for this arm, and you're also going to combine the legs, for this arm I'm just going to rotate it to this side, and now I'm going to transform the hand itself. Very simple, and that just plugs onto the bottom there. And then I will do a video review of the combined mode later on. Anyways, do I really like Sunstreaker? I gotta say, he's fantastic. I do understand where people are coming from, and if they do not like this version of Sunstreaker, because the original one did such a good job. But I gotta say, this guy, you gotta give some credit to, for a repaint, it actually looks very good. I think that on the shelf, it looks fantastic, either mode. I do understand where people are coming from with this guy, and I do understand if people, I hit the camera, want to get the Universe Classics version more so than this. But I like this guy, nonetheless. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun dudes, and I'll see you guys next time. Fist bump!